Hello everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Fortunately, we are starting this live stream when the markets are green. When I planned this live stream, the markets were red. Now we're green. So I guess we can go into this weekend with maybe a better atmosphere, right? Anyways, first up, hello everyone. Hello to chat. Welcome back. What do we do with PayPal? It's a good question. Mantis, what do we do with PayPal? I guess we hold the bag. We hold the bag and we hope eventually the market will push it to higher heights, which I think it will eventually. David here, I worry about PayPal. Less and less people are using that app. Not good. Well, that is factually incorrect because more and more people are actually using PayPal today. More and more people are using Venmo today than they did a year ago. So always have to look at the data, less at what people say in my comment section, and less what you find on social media, because the data usually doesn't lie. Hello. How are you? It's definitely now. I'll share the heat map if this ad blocker can stop blocking my view. So yeah, I mean, can't complain right now. I could always complain, but this is already much better. We've got some green, lots of dark green as well. Of course, Broadcom was up 16%. Now we're only up 7.4%. I still think it's good enough. Sound issue. Is there a sound issue? Do I sound good or not? I don't know. I don't think there is a sound issue because I am connected to this mic. If there is a sound issue, let me know in the chat. Let's see. Maybe someone is just making a joke. I don't know. But anyways, right now, I mean, healthcare, health technology, sound is good. Okay, thank you. Health technology, consumer non-durables are still doing well. Actually, we can see what happened in the past week. That's always fun. So get ready for some red. For those that will be joining in a couple of seconds, you will think that, oh, spreading fear. No, I'm just looking at what has happened in the last, week. In the last week, as you can see, first of all, Google holding up quite nicely, up 3.2%. Nvidia still down 5%, Meta also down 5%, Amazon down 4%. I mean, to be honest, Meta, Nvidia, Amazon, great picks at the moment, in my humble, honest opinion, biased opinion, I should say. But if you look at these ones, health services, producer manufacturing, health technology, and consumer non-durables, you would think, even here, what type of companies are those? What is this? No clue. But they were green in the last couple of days. Um, so yeah, that's quite interesting, to be honest. But you would have thought that with all the turmoil, tariffs, and whatnot, that maybe some of these companies, consumer non-durables, right, your P&G or Coca-Cola, maybe those are also dividend players. So maybe it's like going for safety, but they could also be tariff targeted. I honestly, all of the tech companies, I don't see why they get affected that much. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I would have assumed that those that get affected way more are those that are selling products like maybe cars or machinery or whatnot from Canada, from China, from Mexico, and so on and so forth. And less, maybe Nvidia with the semiconductor tariffs that could be implemented in a couple of weeks. But the other ones here, I think this is just the overall market pushing it down a little bit because these stupid ads. But yeah, all in all, I think as I've said in past videos, I don't see how the market is overvalued at the moment. I don't see a bubble either. Maybe some companies, yes, but overall the market is, I don't think, in a bubble territory. The private market, is definitely in the bubble one, in the AI bubble. I mean, if you think that OpenAI is worth over $300 billion, then I'll have a couple of things I would like to sell you as well. Same with XAI, same with all the others out there. But the public markets, not so much. I mean, how can they convince people that OpenAI is worth more than, I'd say, what, an AMD and an Intel together? Quite strange to me. Drinking some tea here. Um, I knew someone would fall for that. So I was just looking at the weekly performance. Yes, currently Nvidia is green, and so are many others. Um, mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Yeah, Nebius is back to prices not seen since the DeepSeek drama, right? I think it's back to 26. Maybe now with the small jump in price, yeah, back to $28. So yeah, I mean, pretty good. You're getting now the same price but with more information. So I guess there's that, right? You get information from the earnings report, from the earnings call. So yeah, back to the same prices, and nothing much has changed on the negative side. Hey June, how are you? Hey Lisa, welcome. Did I buy anything in the last week? Well, today I bought more Tesla for the first time in a long time. I bought 40 shares in the core portfolio, and I bought a couple of extra shares in the public portfolio. I bought this past week. Well, I'm revealing already the portfolio video for Sunday. But yeah, I bought the usual stuff. More AMD, more Micron. What did I buy? I even bought more Disney, more PayPal, more the local. So small ads here and there, because why not? I had the cash. I have deployed a lot of cash more recently, so I'm okay. I'm quite comfortable with what I have, and if I have to add more cash, then I think I could do so in a month from now. So whatever happens now until the next month when I can inject more cash, we'll see. But I'm in no hurry or worry at the moment. So I keep adding on to the existing companies that I have. I wanted to open up positions in other companies because, well, things really look very attractive across the board. But then I was like, maybe focus on what we have, make sure that those positions become bigger and bigger, because I still believe that there is a lot of upside in a lot of positions that I own. So yeah, I don't think I will open up um, more positions anytime soon. What do I think about Meta? I think Meta is a tremendous company. Meta is a tremendous company. Back at 626, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, months, above 700. Now it's trading at a forward P of 24 times. So yeah, amazing company. In my core portfolio, it's the third largest position. That's purely because when it was under $100, I basically bought a lot, even though everybody thought this was going down even further and nobody's using Facebook anymore and the metaverse this and Apple that. It's a great business to own. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, Evan, this is something that I learned the hard way, is to have enough cash, especially when things are extremely green. That's why I took profits late last year. I took profits at the start of this year to increase my cash position. Now my cash position is much lower, because I do see a lot of red and I see a lot of opportunities. So I'm taking this opportunity to buy more shares. But yes, having a nice cash position, especially when things are peaking, although we don't know when things are peaking, but usually when stocks go up a tremendous amount in a short period of time, you start to understand that you might have to increase your cash pile in order to be more comfortable. Plus, various platforms are offering you 3.6, 3.8, 4% on your cash balance. Not bad, right? Not bad. So yeah, cash is important, I would say. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, I am fortunate enough to have built out enough revenue streams to make this a full-time job. Plus, I don't really spend that much money on lifestyle stuff other than traveling and buying shares of companies. So yeah, I have clothes that I've been wearing for a long time that are still fine, doing quite well. So yeah, and I have no car, so I get, at least there's no down payment on that or something. Have we hit the bottom? That is the $1,000,000 question, right? Have we hit the bottom? I don't know. Tom Lee said that we could hit a bottom this week. I did a video half an hour before Powell spoke. And when Powell didn't speak, well, before he spoke, the markets were deep red. And I said I couldn't see the market bottoming anytime soon. I guess I had to wait 30 minutes because things went up when Powell spoke. He basically said nothing really changes. The economy is in a good place at the moment. We just have to wait and see what happens with the short-term volatility, policy changes, tariffs, and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see. Tom Lee is too much optimistic. He is a perma bull, that's for sure, because he was also very, very bullish during the top 21, 22, which was not really the good thing to do. But I rather listen to perma bulls than perma bears, because perma bears will never be bullish, and when will they make money? Once every 10 years? Wow, congratulations. Perma bulls, yes, do get burned here and there, but in the long run, I rather be a perma bull than a perma bear. So yeah, I mean, perma bears are basically like broken clocks. So, do you think the market has flipped? I don't know. I think to really maybe have the sentiment that the market has flipped, we should be looking for a couple of days of green, I would say, because this week it's been green once, red the other, green, then red, green, then red. And by the way, when you're green once, the red the other, you're down. If you're up 2% and down 2%, you are down. We're not at zero. So we'll see. We need to see a couple of days of green to be able to maybe say that, okay, the market has flipped, or maybe some commentary, some constructive commentary, like clear guidance what's going on with tariffs. Like, if you want to do it, do it, but tell us exactly how that's going to work out. Like, what is getting taxed, what is not, what deals are being made, what countries are getting affected. Because right now, it's one headline after the other. It's all over the place. We don't know what's going on. And by the way, just so we're clear here, yeah, um, plenty of countries around the globe have tariffs. Plenty of them. India, huge tariffs. China, tariffs. European countries have tariffs. But when the United States want to introduce tariffs, suddenly it's like, oh, how dare you? How dare you put tariffs? I don't understand this. Really, I don't understand. Because if other countries are doing it, then the US should be doing it as well, right? Maybe not to the extreme level that we're seeing right now, but I think, again, these are bargaining chips. I just see things turning red here. These are bargaining chips to get to the discussion, to the table, to discuss how we're going forward, right? Because India having, what is it, 100% tariffs on a couple of things is quite strange, right? It's quite strange. I think Secretary, what's his name? Bassett? Yeah, I think he said the US doesn't have a revenue problem. It's historically at the same levels that it has always been. They have a spending problem. And I think we can all agree that the US government has a spending problem. So if you can reduce that spending and make sure that you're not heading to bankruptcy, because if you're looking at the trajectory of where they're heading towards bankruptcy. It doesn't work like this. So you cut spending, yes, it's going to hurt in the short term, but it's a necessary thing to do. It's a necessary thing to do. You need to have a balanced budget. And it's been what, 24, 25 years since the US had a balanced budget since Clinton. So I think it's about time you get back to a balanced budget. It will be great for the economy. It will be great for the stock market. It will be great for everyone. So short term, some pain, long term, necessary. Now I've missed a couple of questions in chat here because I've been talking for a couple of minutes. Where do you see the future of Tesla? Is it a 10-year hold stock? Well, it's definitely not a short-term stock to have, because short-term Tesla stock can go up, can go down. Long-term, I still think it's a good investment. I don't know if we're going to see Tesla in the tens of trillions of dollars market cap or whatnot, but I do think that we're going to beat the market, basically, comfortably, I would say. I know a lot of people don't like Elon, blah blah blah. Okay, then don't buy the stock. Plain and simple. I like the stock, I like the company, I like the car, I like the guy, so it's quite simple for me. Would you ever consider teaching the basics of investing or maybe your philosophy on YouTube as a series? Well, the basics of investing, I think you should just look at super investors like Peter Lynch, for example. Basically, what I know is from books that I've read from Peter Lynch, from now I forgot. Now I forgot the names. I wanted to say Howard Marks, but I didn't really read books from Howard Marks. It was mostly videos from him. Um, what's his name? Let's see if I can find it. No. Never mind. Can't forget. There are plenty of books and great videos on YouTube where that can teach you the basics of investing. I'm in no place to teach you the basics of investing. I'm just talking about the way I invest. Is it a series? Well, I assume that maybe the weekly portfolio videos are that series that you're talking about, because that's basically where I explain why I do things, why I sell, why I buy, why I just watch, and things like that. So yeah. Fundstrat Granny ETF is down since inception. Well, it's a pretty recent ETF, so I don't think we can judge them just about what was it, a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. So give them some time. Give them some time. No, I do not do options. I wish I did, but I do not. Hey Fernando, how are you? Hopefully having a good day. Options is really it's a good way of maybe I would say a trading, hedging, something like that. Or thoughts on Bill Ackman? Um, Other than his Netflix failed investment, I think he's a great guy, great investor. Because the Netflix one I didn't understand. Like he entered, the thesis was correct. Stock went down because they had that one quarter where they lost a lot of subscribers, and then he jumped cheap. I just didn't understand that. Big mistake, very big mistake. Um, Thoughts on Elf? I don't know. Thoughts on Elf? Well, I know Elf. I'm not interested in the beauty sector. If I'm being honest, I know some people will ask me about the honest company now, but Elf beauty sector, not interested. I know the stock is down a lot. We covered the earnings report, but it's a growing company. It's a growing company. Stock took a hit. There are some uncertainties there, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have no position. I'm not taking a position in Elf, although there might be probably some upside to that. Yeah, SoFi this morning was indeed under $12. I did also look at that, and I wanted to buy more, but I decided to finally start adding back to Tesla because it's been a long time since I've added to Tesla since I took profits in what was it 400 and something. So yeah. Nathan asked a very interesting question. What are the channels or accounts you like to follow on YouTube and X? On YouTube, other than Jose, which is my co-host on the live shows, I like Emir's channel a lot. Of course, I watch Amit's live stream. Um, Joseph Carlson, of course, I think he's one of the best, if not the best, in the finance space. No BS, no hype, no lies, basically. Great, creator. What else? On X, well, I follow Arnie on X, Crossroads, so Tanner, Future Investing, the usual stuff. To be honest, I spend way less time consuming finance content because I create content myself, which I know is a bit strange, but um, when I do not focus on stock market or YouTube, I just rather focus on something else: sports, gaming, friends, family, uh, whatever. I've started watching because I loved the Yellowstone, the TV show. So I started watching the prequel, basically, 1923, with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Great TV show. I highly suggest. Uh, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Um, Mantis asks, "Do you enjoy living in Belgium?" Uh, so far, it's okay. I mean, so far, 30 years in, it's okay. Next year they're introducing a 10% capital gains tax, which is less interesting. Less interesting, but it's 10%, so could have been worse. Could have been worse. Um, so yeah. Any thoughts on AMD's one-day rug pull GPU pricing? I've seen the GPU being released. Lots of positive reviews, to be honest. About the pricing, it's probably because there's just not enough supply. Plus, in the US, you're still very lucky to buy it close to MSRP or at MSRP. In Europe, I can promise you that the prices are much higher, much higher. But so far, I actually think it's going to be a huge success. I think Nvidia has a lot of issues with its newest release, which could be very good for AMD. I know the gaming segment is not really the big focus here, but for AMD, $1 billion extra is a lot. Is a lot to the overall revenue pie. For Nvidia, not that much, right? We're already at $40 billion a quarter, so $1 billion extra is nice, but it's not going to have the same effect as for AMD. So yeah. Any thoughts on Abercrombie and Fitch? Well, I like the old clothes. I know they changed a little bit, but yeah, I know they reported 2 days ago. So I think Gap reported as well. Stock is down, basically cut in half. Last time I checked, let's see. Let's see. Oh, well, now at $87. Wow. This is not bad. Yeah, year to date, they're down 41%. Wow. Wow. Sounding like Owen Wilson here. I mean, I'm sure there's value there. It's just that right now I'm not that interested in retail plays or stuff like that. I rather look at some semiconductors or maybe some fintech. Ooh, PayPal is back above $70. Finally, finally. Yeah, semiconductors are. I think there is a lot of value in semiconductors these days. I think they've been hit quite hard across the board. So I rather focus on that. Why do you like AMD over Nvidia? It's not that I don't like Nvidia. I like Nvidia very much, and I said that if Nvidia comes even closer to 100 or under 100, I think it's going to be too good to pass on. But me right now, looking at the upside, I think there's just a much bigger disconnect, and the risk to reward, so to speak, is much bigger. Is much bigger than with Nvidia. That's not to say that Nvidia will not be the market. I probably think that Nvidia will be the market for many years. I just think that AMD could outperform. That's all. I think AMD could outperform if they execute correctly, and I think this year is a big year for them. Very big year for the data center side, the client, the gaming, the embedded as well. So yeah, that's basically why. Smaller market cap, bigger disconnect, more upside. That's basically it. And I know we're just focusing on AMD and Nvidia, but it's the same for a lot of other stocks. Like, why go with one stock and not the other? First of all, personal feelings, personal opinions, and second of all, you cannot buy them all. It's not like a Pokemon game where you gotta catch them all. Only 151, by the way. There's no only 151. Here you cannot catch them all. Maybe in the future, hopefully, my portfolio will be worth multiple millions of dollars. Then I wouldn't mind holding a lot more companies in the portfolio. But right now, no. Voilà. A question about Intel. Always great. I appreciate your insight and I have a question for you. I know you have Intel in your portfolio. So what do you think of TSMC building foundries in the United States? Great. Right? This isn't new. Not new new holdings, but new NEW. It's great. It's great. Diversify the supply chain. I know a lot of people will say, oh, but doesn't that hurt? It isn't new. Like, Intel has been in the United States for a long time. TSMC wants to build in the United States. Great, creating more jobs, creating more a more diverse supply chain. So that's great. Both of them can coexist. Both of them should coexist because there is just so much demand. So no, so far, I mean, TSMC is far ahead as a whole, but I do think that Intel 18A, if the reports are correct and if they can execute and release that on time, I think 18A could surprise a lot of folks. Let's see. What is the main thing that made you, well, actually, I had both of them in my portfolio. It's just so that New gives me exposure to Latin America. Mercado Libre gives me exposure to Latin America. I had New at around $4. It went quite quickly to $10, $11, and Mercado Libre did not recover as quickly. So I just decided, you know what, I already have other fintech plays. I rather just put way more in Mercado Libre because they also have Mercado Pago, which is also exposure to Latin American fintech. So I basically that, and then SoFi is just a play on the United States. I like management. I like the company. I think there's a big disconnect there as well. So that's basically that. So it's not choosing SoFi over Nu. It's just having Nu, having done very well with Nu, willing to put them out of the portfolio to increase way more in Mercado Libre, which is a top 5 position in the core portfolio. That's a good question. Am I worried? No. Like concerned? No, because I rather them take their time and not hire a nobody or whatever. Plus, I won't say pretty certain, but I think that there are some conversations in the background with the US government and maybe some strategic partners about investments in Intel, and maybe that's why they're waiting. That's just my personal belief. Hopefully, there will be an announcement before the next earnings report. But yeah, right now, I don't think it's an issue. I think their biggest focus should be on making sure they make the best products and they make sure that 18A comes out on time. Is Latin America your ex-US bet? Yeah, yes, and Alibaba. And Alibaba. Although I'm still kicking myself for not buying some European stocks because I did cover them at the end of 2024. We did talk a little bit about Rheinmetall. A lot of you have actually written in my comments to look at Rheinmetall and a couple of other companies. I did. I just didn't pull the trigger, and well, they're up quite significantly already this year. But yes, Latin America and Alibaba are basically the ex-US place at the moment. Thoughts on Take-Two Interactive and GTA 6? Well, to be honest, it's amazing that GTA 5 has been released, 2013 or something like that? And they're still milking it today. Crazy. Like, it's insane. I hope that GTA 6 really lives up to the hype. I don't think it will because it's the hype is just insane. I think it will be probably the biggest gaming release ever. And that's maybe a reason to look at Take-Two, but I have no interest in gaming companies at the moment. The only one is probably Nintendo. We did cover Nintendo a while ago, like a very long time. That has performed quite well. I think I had a live stream with Jose today, and we looked at the performance of a couple of gaming companies compared to the market, and the only one that's beating the market in the last 3 years or so is Nintendo because of the recent jump, because of the not the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, but the announcement of the launch of the event for the Switch 2. So I'm very excited for the Switch 2. I love Nintendo games. I still have an old Game Boy Color here with Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2, Wario Land, and the 3 Pokemon games, Blue, Yellow, and Red. Always the question. Always the question. When do you consider buying back into Palantir? When I feel like it, to be honest. When I feel like it. I feel like I have better risk rewards at the moment with the other companies that I've been adding. Doesn't mean that Palantir won't go up. It's just that Palantir at around, was it $82, $83 right now? Is the same price it was before they reported earnings, I think. Still expensive for me. So I'm no rush to buy back in Palantir. I know they've been doing very well because I follow the company. Just because I don't own it doesn't mean I don't follow. I've seen the contracts, the announcements. That's great. Did you cover Rolls-Royce before? No. Other than a couple of minutes during a live stream, but no. And Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce, I told my dad to buy it a couple of years ago at around 107 or 10. Uh, you just open Rolls-Royce and you see how much higher it has gone right now. But yeah, Rolls-Royce, Rheinmetall, Saab, all of these defense-facing companies in Europe have gone up quite a lot in the last couple of months. Based on your insight, with realistic expectations, how much time would you hold the Intel stock? And would you add more during that time? Well, I did add more, like literally, I think this week or last week. And how much time would you hold? Well, as long I said 2025 is the year where I either sell it because I see no good direction of the company going, but then again suddenly Pat went out and everything changed. But this year is a make or break year for sure. um, and then after that, if 18A is released on time, if things are going according to plan and they do not sell part of the company, I'll hold it for a long time, because I do think that, just like Jim Keller said, a good functioning Intel could be worth $1 trillion. So what is it, 10x from today? I'll keep it. I don't know when it or if it will reach $1 trillion, but I do think it will be worth way more than what $100 billion today. That's for sure. Thoughts on Uber right now? I like it. I like it. It's been performing quite well for me at the moment. It's been holding on quite strongly, actually. So I like it. I know they announced the launch in Austin with Waymo. So all going according to plan. All going according to plan. There were some positive comments from the CEO in the last couple of days. Their midterm targets are all ahead at the moment. So cannot complain. Cannot complain. McDonald's is at all-time highs? Really? Let's see. Well, yes. McDonald's is indeed at all-time. That's crazy. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, that's nuts. Price target for SoFi in 5 years. I don't really. I mean, it's just guessing, right? I don't really do price targets, to be honest. I'll just tell you that it's going to be higher than the price we're at today. And if not, then not. Then we're holding the bag. But I do think that if they continue like this, it goes much higher than the $12-13 that we're at right now. Would you enter a position in a company such as Shark Ninja? I did cover Shark Ninja a couple of months ago, actually. Lovely company, great products, good management, good execution. Would I buy it? No, just because I don't need it, right? I don't need it in my portfolio. That's the thing. Like you see on the screen, all of these companies. I'm sure we like a ton of these companies. A ton doesn't mean we should buy them, unless you really have like a huge portfolio and you don't mind holding 50 companies or 70 companies or something like that. At the moment, I don't need that at the moment. Would you add? I would assume this is AMD, Google, and Meta at this level. Well, I did add AMD, I did add Google, I didn't add Meta just yet. So I guess that there's your answer. When would you buy new? When I don't know. I'd love to buy it even today, but I don't need it. That's the thing. I don't need, like, to open a new position. I just need more cash, because for a position like new, I don't want. For me personally, I don't want $1,000 in it. Right? It doesn't make sense. So unless I want to put 5,000, 10,000 eventually in that position, then I'll do it. or no. If I can't put that much money, I won't do it. If I can, I will. And at the moment, I am not willing to do that. Why buy Micron? Because it's an amazing company. It's an amazing company, crucial to the semiconductor industry, crucial to NVIDIA's Blackwell, um, manufacturers in the United States as well. Big disconnect. So that's why, basically. That's why. And NU is not a buy and forget, because NU is in the memory space, although there is HBM, which I don't think it's going to have the same cyclicality as the other side of the business. But NU is not a company that I'll say, oh, I will own it for 20 years, 10 years or so. No, if I do see that suddenly we're reaching the peak of that cycle, then I have no issues. Then I have no issues selling NU, Mu, Micron. Because with cyclical business, it's basically that. Like you don't want to be up and then hold it all the way back down. But right now, I still think that we have a long, long way to go. Long way to go. Do I think Trump will really put tariffs on semiconductors from Taiwan, or is he bluffing? Good question. I don't know. I don't know. I think this is more about pushing more manufacturing to the United States. But then again, TSMC already builds in the United States. Intel builds in the United States. Micron builds in the United States. AMD, Nvidia, Apple, and all of that don't manufacture. So I don't know. It's quite strange. Like there is. I understand you can increase your revenue like that. It's not the same as the other. So I don't know. I don't know what will happen with that. Greetings from Germany. Are you planning to divest from American assets? You know what I'm talking about. I can assume what you're talking about, and I have zero reasons to divest from American assets. Zero reasons. On the contrary, I'm buying more. I'm buying more. I don't know why some Europeans think that suddenly they have the moral high ground, and I am European myself. Like it's not like we have been doing well in the last decade plus. So, full on United States of America. Might even move there. Who knows? Yeah, it does seem like suddenly we are red. Like the whole finance box here has turned reddish. Amazon reddish. Meta, Microsoft was red before. So I guess, what time is it? We have 15 minutes left until the close. So yeah, very volatile, very volatile market. So it's a better picture than the one we had, I think, yesterday, right? I think yesterday it was way worse. But then again, the last week it has not been great. Actually, in the last month, it has been horrible. And I to be honest, I don't know what the heck this is. Apple being up while all the rest is down. I do not understand this. Like I don't know. This is, to me, it doesn't make sense. This is a company that barely grows, super profitable, barely grows, and just continues to beat all the rest here. This is insane. But oh well, it is what it is. Oh, we have a question in French. Ah no, just the beginning. Bonjour Neil, ça va bien? Ça va très bien, et toi? What's your number one big, mid, and small cap stocks for 2025? You had to pick one each. Well, in my corporate, the number one positions are known. Like in the public one, it's still SoFi. In the core one, it's still Tesla. Small cap, would you put the local into a small cap category? Depending on the day, I would say. And then mid, What's mid cap? What's mid cap actually? Like how? What's the definition of a mid cap? Let's see. 2 to 10 billion. Huh. 2 to 10 billion? I don't know. That's a good question now. I don't know. Because D local. Okay, so D local is the mid cap. Small cap, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like these categories, to be honest. I just like bigger companies. That's fine as well. D local is a small one. Rocket Lab is a smaller one. So, and 20 billion, 50 billion, even 60, 70 billion is still fine. 100 billion is also fine. So, yeah. Did you ever? Yeah, I think we did. No, I think we did. I think we did look at Opal Fuels a week ago or something like that. I'm pretty certain we looked at Opal Fuels. It was interesting, super low PE and all of that, but it kept going down. It kept going down, and we did find out why, but I forgot, which means it didn't really interest me that much. So, voilà, now you know how I think a bit. Um, da, da, da. Maybe Apple many shares owned by Warren Buffett, but he isn't selling right now. Well, he sold a lot. He sold a lot already. Apple is also buying a lot, so there is that. But I don't know, maybe you buy Apple, it's basically like you buy the market, right? Because it's already so big, it's already that much of a percentage. So I guess maybe that's why. But I don't know. There is just a lack of innovation there. I've read reports that series pushed out, like the next gen series pushed out to 2027. I mean, like what? Every other company we know is coming out with some voice AI stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. Like I wouldn't own Apple at the moment. It's a safe bet, but that's about it. It's a safe bet. HIMS for mid cap. What has happened with HIMS? I know they took a dive recently because of the shortage. Back at $36. Interesting. Still up 50% this year though. Not bad. Not bad. What do you think about Amazon? Amazing business. Amazing business. One of the best, to be honest. One of the best. It's one of those companies that really, if they wanted, they could enter any industry. Like any business you think you have, like okay, just because we talked about HIMS, if they wanted, they could do it with their healthcare side of things. And the Prime subscription, which they're already doing that with One Medical, is just not such a big focus for them. But if they want it, they do it, right? I've a couple of years ago there was I forgot the name. There was someone on the Invest Like the Best podcast talking about the fact that Amazon tomorrow, if they wanted, if they were allowed, if they acquired a banking license or things like that, millions of people would sign up because why not, right? Why not? They would probably offer you the best services out there. Chances are they will never go bankrupt. So, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense for them. Nebius on sale. Yeah. Back to deep sea crash prices for sure. So always good. Amazon could be hit due to tariffs. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. If you import stuff, yes, but then again, it's a worldwide company, and AWS doesn't really get hit by tariffs. So, and advertising either, and subscription services either. So, there you have it. Um, where's that comment? Here. Regarding Baba, any comments? Lovely stuff. Lovely performance, no? Lovely performance. Took their time, but I mean, we're up. I'm up 65% year to date. Can't complain. Can't complain. I mean, my portfolio would have been way worse off if I this year if I didn't have Alibaba up there. So quite happy. Not planning on selling it anytime soon because I still think there is some upside left. And to be honest, the Chinese names, yeah, the Alibabas and the others, this is very interesting, right? Because tariffs, right? Tariffs this, tariffs that. But how come these stocks aren't affected, right? These stocks don't move. They've gone up. They've gone up despite all the noise around tariffs. They've gone up and they've outperformed. Not all of them, but in Alibaba, that's up 65%. That's not bad, right? So, so yeah, interesting to say the least. New subscriber, welcome. Want to hear some thoughts about Tesla? I bought Tesla today, first time in a long time. So I guess you understand my feelings towards Tesla. Plus, in the core portfolio, it is the number one position still, not by far anymore, but still. So yeah. And then Tesla weekly video tomorrow on Saturday. So for more information about sales out of China, out of Europe, and all of that. Lots of data to talk about tomorrow, for sure. Thank you for joining. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Thank you very much. What do you think about Google? Google, yeah, Alphabet is, in my opinion, undervalued. There is, of course, that Chrome case, antitrust, blah blah blah, but I just can't see them forcing Alphabet to sell Chrome. Me as a consumer, I would hate it because I don't trust another company taking over Chrome. Would make our experience way worse, and who knows if they can protect my passwords. So yeah, I think they're undervalued by quite a lot. I need to get rid of some of my smaller position and get a Broadcom and Alibaba. Well, I mean, you do what's best for you, huh? You do what's best for you. I know Broadcom is now 8%. So we're back up a little bit, and 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left until the market is closed. Let's see what has moved. Yeah, so we're back to the same pricing action that we've seen a couple of minutes ago, 20, 30 minutes or so. Not bad. What do you think about Qualcomm? It's already up to 160. What do you mean already up? I have a feeling it has been at 160 for a year, and it's exactly that. It's been down 8.3% in the last year. So already up 160. It's okay. It was at 153 for a couple of days. 160. There is also, I mean, it's a company. I know their forward PE, their PE as a whole has not been high historically. We're now at a forward PE of 13.3. This is insane. You get a dividend, they buy back shares, they're growing quickly. It's another one of those names in the semiconductor industry that very good. Very good, but I'm already, I would say, overexposed. I'm exposed to enough players in the semiconductor industry for me not to worry about, should I chase another one? No, I'm fine with what I have. Arun, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I actually thank you to everyone tuning in. Like a last minute Friday stream. I appreciate that. Jax asks, is Meta a good entry opportunity? It has seen a pullback. It has a forward P of 24 times, which is around the same as their, maybe a bit higher than the 4-year mean, I would say, last time I checked. So good company. Yeah, good company. Do I follow news and guidelines from the Motley Fool when deciding on new positions? No. To be honest, I don't. Even though I am a contributor to the Motley Fool, I don't read stuff and say, oh, they recommended it, so I have to buy it. No. Like lots of lots of stocks that they recommend, I have zero interest in them. I don't want to buy. It's my portfolio is made so that I am following the companies that I like and that I find interesting. And yes, sometimes there are some swing trades, and sometimes I do lose interest in some of those companies, so they'll just get cut. But no, there is no influence from a Motley Fool or a Seeking Alpha or whatnot. Yeah, the fluctuations of the euro against the dollar are significantly impacting my portfolio. That's true. I mean, last year, well, last year we were actually, if you zoom out a little bit, we are still doing okay. I think, what is it? The euro dollar is at 1.08 last time I checked. We are still doing fine. Of course, compared to the 1.0203 that happened a couple of months ago, yeah, there is a difference. But don't forget that with your euros, you can now buy more dollars. So there is that. Have you seen volatility like this before? I'm a new investor. I was wondering if there are patterns or past indicators that you could share with us. Yes, like Marco said, I did release a video a couple of hours ago, and I showed you basically what has happened a bit in the past. Tom Lee shared a couple of things. He didn't feature. He didn't come on the channel to talk, but I took some screenshots from his videos. But yeah, this volatility has been seen before, and to be honest, I've seen way worse. I think many of us have seen way worse before, right? 2022 COVID crash, way worse than this. 2022 bear market, way worse than this. And even in the last couple of months, as I've shown you, we've had a couple of pullbacks, 9%, 10% or so. These things happen. These things happen. It's true that right now, because of uncertainty, market doesn't like uncertainty. We've seen bigger hits. But year on year, most of these stocks that you're seeing here on the screen are still up. So no reason to stress. And we still have 2 minutes left until the market is closed. So far, we are looking a-okay. A-okay. We're looking better than a couple of hours ago. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. This is the question. Don't you think Elon's behavior will continue to affect Tesla's price? Yes, but also on the upside. And this is the part that people don't want to talk about. Tesla is worth the price it is today because of Elon Musk, among other things. And of course, all the great people that work at Tesla. But people only want to focus on the fact that, oh, Tesla stock price is down because of Elon. I would say it's because of Elon, but mostly because of a negative image that he gets from the media. But yeah, it affects the price. It definitely affects sales as well. And to be honest, everyone that damages Tesla's property, people's Tesla, I hope they get charged, because this is not a normal behavior. If you don't agree with someone, then fine, you don't agree with them. You don't have to go and scratch or burn someone's car. Like, what kind of lunatics are running around in our society? This is not normal behavior. Am I still positive year to date? No, far from it. Far from it. Um, Year to date, I'm not positive at all. For this year, as a whole, of course. Oh, I am the best YouTuber. Well, thank you. Thank you. I don't have a YouTube plaque to show my mom and my grandmother that I am a good YouTuber, but soon enough. I'm 15 years old. Wow. Do you think today is the flip after Powell spoke? Well, first of all, you're 15 years old. You're not watching Mr. Beast or any other video, but you're watching the stock market. You know that Powell has spoken. Congratulations. Like, really, bravo. You will get quite far if at 15 years old you are uh, already interested in the stock market and things like that. Now, do I think that today is the flip? I don't know, because 2 days ago we've seen the same thing. 1 week ago we've seen the same thing. We were red, and then we switched to green, but a day later we were even more red. So we'll see. Like I said at the start of the stream, um, we will need a couple of days of green for us to feel a bit more certain about whether or not it has flipped. Because at the moment it's been flip-flopping. But yeah, going back to what I said before, bravo, congratulations, and good for you to be interested in the stock market at this age. Well done. What stock services do you use? I use Seeking Alpha. I use FinChat. I use Motley Fool, of course. Koifin. Basically, all the links that you see are services that I use. There is not one service that you will see a link of that I don't use, because there is no point in that. And by the way, with FinChat, I use their services before they started sponsoring a couple of videos of mine, which I'll take that as a win. I'll take that as a big win. And now that you're saying that, maybe I can plug in, this. It's a new sponsor of the channel, FinChat, so help me out a little bit. If you're interested, of course, 15% off. All users get 2 weeks for free for FinChat Pro. And if you like it, you can use my link and you'll get 15% off. Shows them that I do a great job, and it supports the channel. And then you can support another creator, which is Jose, my co-host for the live streams on Tuesday and Thursdays. He has a free newsletter, which is also in the description. What the chip happened, everything you need to know about the chips industry. So, voila. Enough plugs for now. When did I start investing? 2016, which is 9 years ago, when I was 21, which I think is early. Of course, I didn't really have that much money then, so started small, and we've worked our way up. Like, literally worked to make money to invest in the stock market. So yeah, 2016, I started investing with real money. In high school, which was 2011, 2012, I already got exposed to the stock market, but with fake money. There was a competition, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, 2016 real money, 2011, 2012 fake money. New viewer, really like your positive vibe. What's your prediction about Marvel 1 or 2 years? Well, first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Prediction about Marvel. I did cover Marvel's earnings report. I mean, beats across the board. Even guidance was a beat. It's just so that the market wanted to see a beat and a raise. Basically, the market wanted to see a beat and a raise. Didn't get that. There are also some fears that they might be losing one of their big customers to maybe a Broadcom, which didn't really help the fears, because Broadcom then announced that they have talks with 2 extra customers, hyperscalers, big tech companies. So we'll see. But Marvell, so far, based on the guidance that they provided, they'll continue to do well. Again, if you believe in the AI story, AI build out of infrastructure, a player like Marvell will continue to do well. I know it rhymes. I don't do it on purpose. Although the last couple of videos I have become a poet, but it's a side hustle. So yeah, predictions for Marvel. I think the business will be doing well. Whatever the whatever the market decides to do is up to the market. But in the short run, the market can be very, very, very strange. I'll tell you that. Is it true that the first 100K is very difficult? Yes. Yes. First 100K is very difficult. And then you have to keep that first 100K because remember, once you reach 100K, if you're down 10%, you're down 10,000. So you're back to 90,000. But the first 100,000 is definitely I won't say a struggle. It's a long road. And then after that, things don't get easier. It's the same thing. You just have more money, so it can go up faster. Can also come down quite quickly. What goes up must come down, but can come down. You know what they say: you take the stairs on the way up and the elevators on the way down. So. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love your analysis. Could I send you mine? If you are on X, you can tag me on the post or a DM. I think that could work. I mean, there is no really other way. There is a core portfolio which is very boring. It's basically Tesla, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, Mercado Libre, and PayPal. That's basically the majority of the portfolio. Some smaller positions in there as well, like an Airbnb is still in that portfolio, but a top 5, top 6 is basically now 80+% of that portfolio, and it doesn't change, and it won't change at the moment. Let's see. So, by the way, the market is closed. So we have closed the day. I'd say okay, right? I'd say okayish. Let's see what the index has done today. The Dow Jones 0.5, S&P 0.5, Nasdaq 0.7. Okay, it's nice. Bitcoin is back to 85,000. I guess it's not a store of value, huh? Oh well. What's in the news? What's in the news? Let's see. What's gone up actually with the... Let's see what these things have done today. So, some quantum player, Rigetti, up close to 10% today. Celsius, 7.75%. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened there? Stock market is down. People need to get energized. Maybe that's why. Cooler up, Nebius up after being down. Transmedics, okay. I'm quite happy that I'm gone. Lyft, 2.77. Red Cat, Viking Therapeutics, close to 30. I mean, interesting. The local being down another 2.2% is ridiculous. Intuitive Machines back down another 22.2% after that failed moon landing. PayPal up 3.6, New up 1.7, SoFi is up a little bit. Shift 4 is back under $90. Interesting, very interesting. Robinhood at 44.4. Okay, it's also a nice retracement from the $65. Not bad. Not bad. European defense stocks are still doing quite well. Quite well, yeah. I mean, look at Rheinmetall. In the last 5 years, German company up 10x. Crazy. Crazy. You know, another company, it's an American one, which has been now in my radar because it's Lockheed Martin. It's up 2.7% today, and year to date down 2.4%. But I mean, it's been down quite a lot since the peak in October. It's been at 611. We're now at 474, and it's actually been much lower, a bit lower than that at 420. So very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if some of you are interested in defense companies or not, but yeah, lots of stuff. The trade desk, I think, is oversold. I'll touch a little bit on the trade desk in another video. Any comments on Nvidia? Horrible company. Horrible company. Bad management, bad products. Not good. This is sarcasm. Don't cancel me. Very good company. I honestly, I still don't understand how the stock didn't react positively after the earnings report. It's very, very strange. Very strange. I've been investing for 4 months now. I've already invested $1,300, and now I just deposited $2,000 in Interactive Broker to trade credit options. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, you are at the start of your investing journey. I would be careful. I would be careful with options. What has happened? I don't know if they said there was something wrong with the connection. Let's see. But yeah, options at the start is interesting. Okay, no problem with the stream. Oof. I saw my first solar. What do you mean? First solar is up? Yeah, up a little. Yeah, up a little bit. Up a little bit. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. This thing is down 21%. Super low forward PE. Still guidance. Lots of growth ahead. So, yeah, this is strange. Like, if you're interested in that, in my opinion, it's this and Enphase. Although Enphase is more focused on residential and stuff like that, I think First Solar could be a better play. It made sense. Military spending in America will come down. Yeah, but in my opinion, not by that much. Europeans will also buy less now. To be honest, when you grow, I don't know how old you are, doesn't really matter. But if you need the best, you'll go to the best. And I still think that if we are looking for defense companies, I think you'll find the best in the United States. And trust me, when you're looking for defense stuff, you're not going to say, "Oh, but I got offended by a comment." No, you're going to pay up and you're going to buy the best missile defense systems, the best F-35s, the best F-22 Raptors, whatever. There is no place for these stupid political games. Yeah, you can follow the portfolio on Savvy Trader, or you can just wait every Sunday for the review. Like there is. Plus, you should definitely not follow what I do. That's also why I don't have a copy portfolio or whatever people have these days, because this is just my money. My way of doing things can be wrong, can be right. So yeah. Military spending is very rarely about what is the best. It is 99% a product of lobbying. Well, I do not disagree. I do not disagree because there's definitely a lot of lobbying in the defense sector. But on the flip side, you are still going to buy from those big companies because That's where the money goes, and that's where the R&Ds is at, and that's where probably the best products are at. That's not to say you cannot find great products at smaller startups, right? Like Android and the others that are up and coming. I agree with that. But you'd still go to the Raytheons and the Lockheed Martins and whatnot. Of course, there's also Boeing and all of that. What's your thought on Tesla? I bought today. I bought today. Um, so voila. Um, you're right, but their richest customers will invest in their own military industrial complex. Germany just announced $800 billion investment. That is the money that will not go to Lockheed. Well, you don't know. We don't know that, right? We don't know. I'm sure there are things that Lockheed makes that nobody else makes. So $800 billion. I wonder where they're going to get that money from, right? So we'll see. I think I've also seen that the 10 years in Europe have gone up. So not really the best time to start borrowing money. Yeah, for sure. I mean, for every Tesla question, I think someone has to offer a coffee or something like that. Maybe like there should be a board somewhere here on the screen, like for Tesla questions, look down below. Nebius, yeah, closed at $28. Let's call it. You have to believe that they can continue to grow and expand rapidly. That's basically the Nebius story, and it's a bit of the AI story. You have to believe in the AI, a story, capex, and all of that. So Tesla pumped on the Fibonacci 782. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. If it's good, thank you very much for that comment. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Every Tesla mention, you have to take a shot. Yeah, maybe we'll do that the next time. Maybe we'll do that the next time. I had my drinks already yesterday with some friends. AMD is so cheap. No, no, you're not wrong. I agree. I agree with you. Anyways, we're already over the hour, so I'll keep it quite short now. So for those that didn't join, they only have to skip an hour of me rambling and talking about the stock market. So, anyways, thank you all for joining. Really appreciate it. As always, we'll see each other in the next video or the next live stream Tuesday and Thursday with Jose, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Tech, semis, whatever fintech, we will talk about that. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.